in the kind of the formal grid, market's quite difficult because, of course, there's no one market. There's lots of different ones. So you're always trying to assess the project in terms of what it wants to be and how successful it will be doing that. So, if it is going to be one of the kind of more social realist dramas, then, is it going to be able to find a way of lifting itself out of quite a narrow audience into something a bit broader? Conversely, if it's a big action thriller or a big comedy, which are two of the bigger, more popular genres, is it going to be able to survive in those waters, competing against the other product that's out there?
Massive budget Hollywood.
So it's always on its own, on it for what it is. Does it have an opportunity to reach both its market and perhaps cross over into some others?
And on this market, as the reader filling this in, would you ever put something like, I see this more as for, say, a teenage market or a young person's market? Would you comment on the demographic of the audience?
Most of the reports that I do will, if not through a particular section, will invite you at some point to make a broader assessment of the market and why you think that. So yes, absolutely. And incidentally, it's not. I think the interesting thing with market is that, to use your Billy Elliot example, for instance, one of the big mistakes that readers and indeed people in the industry to start off with make is, okay, we've got this script about a miner who wants to be a ballet dancer, so this will appeal to ex-miners and wannabe ballet dancers. They go do a very literal reading of the story material in terms of trying to transpose that into what the potential market is. But actually, it comes down to the emotional in the case of Billy Elliot, particularly, it comes down to the emotional content, and because that film, if anything, is about talent.
Sure.
And we all have felt at some point in our lives that our talent hasn't been recognised and supported, and nurtured, and that's Billy's story. And that's why everybody came out of it going, "Oh, it's amazing! It's really touched me." And it's not because they were all miners and want to be ballet dancers.
No, sure. I mean, we've got X Factor and Britain's Got Talent.
Exactly.
I mean, they're massively popular.
Exactly.
So
you have to think. It goes back. When I start thinking about market, which is towards the end of my analysis, I'll go back to the initial analysis that I've done on the story and on the premise, what the dramatic conflict is, what the story is about, and thematically what it expresses. And that's for me. That's and I bang on about this time and time again. I think that's the thing that people most often miss in their assessment of the project of the whole, is how it will move an audience.
How they're supposed to feel when they come out of the cinema.
Exactly, and that's what you come out of those films, Billy Elliot, those kind of films, and you get on the phone and you say you've got to go and see this film. You're in the office next day and you've got to go and see this film, and it's that emotional response that makes you A, enjoy it, and B, tell everybody else to go and see it, and that's what you want.